What does unemployment in Vietnam look like today, especially for people over 40? After losing their jobs, what do they have to do to receive unemployment benefits? Hi everyone, my name is Tuan. I'm 40 years old. I have been unemployed for 1 year with no other source of income. Today, I want to take you to the Employment Service Center, the place I once came to after leaving my job to complete the paperwork for unemployment benefits. 1 year ago, I came here as well. Back then, the waiting room was quite empty, and I only waited about 15 minutes before my turn. But today is different. Almost every seat is taken. Many people have to stand and wait for their turn. In Vietnam, unemployment benefits are usually not very high. One reason is that some companies contribute to unemployment insurance at a low level to reduce costs. In my case, I received only about $120 per month. If the insurance had been paid based on my actual salary, I could have received around $600. Looking around, I see many middle-aged people. It reminds me of myself 1 year ago. After 40, unemployment feels much heavier. It is harder to get hired again, while the bills still have to be paid every single month. Next, I want to take you through a few streets in Hanoi that used to be very busy. Storefronts here used to be very hard to rent, but now many shops have closed. Signs saying for rent appear more often. The streets are still crowded, but the many closed doors reflect a harder business environment and more people losing their jobs. I stop in front of an old shop with a beautiful facade. This house has existed for almost 100 years. In the past, storefronts like this were very difficult to rent. But today, it has a for rent sign with a monthly price of about $3,000. That is a large amount of money in Vietnam. On the street, I meet a locksmith who has been doing this job for more than 50 years. He uses an electric bike battery to power his key cutting machine. It is not modern, but it works. Workers here are often like that. When something is missing, they find a way. When they need something, they make it themselves. I also meet a 94-year-old woman selling water spinach. She says she does not sell vegetables only for money, but because she wants to go outside, meet people, and feel that she is still useful. People like them make me think a lot. They do not talk much about hardship. They simply keep working in a very ordinary way. Noon in Hanoi is usually hot and noisy. Many freelancers often use parks as a temporary lunch break spot. A traditional motorbike taxi driver is sleeping soundly on his motorbike. He looked so stylish. For foreigners, this scene may look unusual, but in Vietnam, sometimes a motorbike is not just transportation. It is also a workplace, a resting place, and sometimes a temporary bed in the middle of the day. Next to the park are public bicycles and electric motorbikes. If you have time, you can use them to move slowly and observe the beautiful moments of Hanoi. Things you might miss if you only sit inside a car. I return home to have lunch with my wife and son. Our meal is very simple: vegetables, soup, and a little chicken. But after a morning at the employment center, passing closed shops and meeting workers on the street, this meal feels very precious to me. When you are unemployed, family is both a pressure and a reason to keep trying. I do not know when I will have a stable job again, but today, I still have a place to return to, a meal with my family, and one more day to begin again. Enjoy your meal.